Here it is. So fast.
Somehow it's even better than I remember it being.
It even starts with a hip, relevant song.
You
just
don't
like
own me. Wait, isn't this the same song that they played in Suicide Squad when she was intro?
No?
no.
Yes?
Yes.
I
It
can't
was.
tell.
It absolutely was.
Oh, but DC owns her. I get it.
This is me, Harleen Quinzel.
Why the fuck would they have an opening like this geared to children for an R-rated movie?
You don't like me. I agitate his already delicate sense of mental equilibrium. Dead, and he's obsessed.
She's not looking into
Who's she
the
talking
camera.
to?
I think she's talking to, because she wasn't looking in the camera.
Yeah, but no one was listening to her. That guy's talking to her.
Renee Montoya.
She is a bird of prey. Her power is gun. Fuck me.
It's like Gimli. My power is X.
Oh, dude, you want to talk about useless members of the Fellowship? Let's talk about Mary.
Well, let's talk about 90% of them.
Honestly, Frodo's team is there for emotional support.
It is.
He's Victor Zsasz, right?
Yeah, that's Zaz.
He's not even calling Batman the whole movie. I hate this. It's all he does in the Arkham games. He calls random payphones and Batman's like, Zaz. And he's like, yes, I trapped the man over here 1,300 miles that way. Go get him before he blows up. That's it. That's all this guy does.
But you can't call a payphone.
Tell Zaz that.
Thinking about breakfast. Egg.
Egg.
Are you fucking kidding me?
If you shoot Harley Quinn in the head, the movie doesn't have any problems.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Black Mask is like, bet, my problem's solved. And then the birds of prey don't form.
Yeah.
How does he know it was her?
Let's all attack her at 3:17 on a Tuesday.
No, egg.
Not egg.
That sandwich did look really good, though.
It was just an egg sandwich.
Now I'm hungry!
It has bacon on it. Dude, maybe we should go to Smoky Bone so I can get a burger with an egg on it.
Dude, fucking love their burger with an egg on it. Dude, listeners, if you have Smoky Bones near you, go to the burger with an egg on it.
Go to the burger with an egg on
Go
it.
to
Not
there.
go to Smoky Bones and order a burger with an egg on it.
Yeah, I said what I said. The fuck? Sorry. Okay, I'll give the movie credit. The shirt made me laugh.
It's just a shirt.
That's like the first non-ironic thing.
Well,
Yeah.
what about egg? Hold
Okay,
on.
that's non-ironic, I said.
Oh, okay.
It's not like that was the joke. Harley Quinn didn't go egg and look into the camera and go, get it, guys? I said egg.
I like in a movie when they go egg.
Listen, I had a sauce at the club.
You got a sauce? What kind? I'm thinking barbecue.
The kickback would not have worked like that.
We love recoil.
What is this, like the 7th song that's played or some shit? We are only 25 minutes in.
Yep. It's an hour and 15 minutes of Act 1 and then 5 minutes Act 3.
Love Ewan. Do not love this character.
At least he's trying.
I like this character.
I give him credit.
I just don't want to see more of him. I do not want to see any more movies with Black Mask.
I don't want to see any more movies in this universe.
Kinda, yeah.
You know, for someone whose power is yelling, she's really good at hand-to-hand combat.
All these years, I thought she was just a pretty face and a fine set of lungs.
That's what I like in a girl, her lungs.
Oh, that's my favorite part of a girl aside from her thyroid.
Wow, so many songs. Jesus.
It worked for Suicide Squad.
No, it didn't.
It worked for the box office of Suicide Squad.
Suicide. They crossed out the J, and it was anus. Get it? Sorry.
It's like a fucking 3-year-old did that. Crosses out the wrong letter. It's J New.
It's Jans.
It's Jose.
That's like the level of comedy we're at right now. You know what really doesn't make sense when you think about it?
The whole movie.
The Detective Comics Extended Universe. What the fuck does that even mean? An extended universe of comics about detectives?
Well, it's because the cinematic universe was already copyrighted.
At least Marvel Cinematic Universe is literally what it means. But this is like, what?
Well, because Detective Comics, not all of them are detectives.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
one guy is...
I don't think every superhero is a Marvel in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Well, that is subjective. One could say.
Well, there's Captain Marvel, and then there's everyone else.
No, not literally named Marvel.
Well, that's what I'm
There's
saying.
Captain Marvel in this series, too, but they had to change his name.
I mean, yeah, that fight's not worth having.
Yeah.
Oh my god, another song.
Well, you know, we're 40 minutes in, and we need to introduce another character.
Well, we've already seen her 3 times.
Yeah, but this is her intro.
You know what's a good place for her intro? 38 minutes in.
What did I tell you? This movie doesn't have an act 2.
Took my watch!
Where the fuck's the diamond?
I don't like how Zaz is sane. He seems like a regular guy.
Yeah, he hasn't even called a phone booth yet.
He doesn't call the phone booth to torture Batman yet. But also, he's very reasonable. Like,
So
I don't like that.
This part bothers me. She swallows it. That is a sharp-ass diamond passing through her small intestine.
Yep. And she's like, what, 10? 12?
She's 12.
It's not going to end well.
Oh, I remember this part. This is the weird dance sequence.
But it won't pay the rental on you.
This scene makes no sense.
I think they wanted to do a musical scene and parody the Marilyn Monroe movie. What the fuck are you wearing?
I'm wearing jeans right now.
Yeah. What's wrong with you wearing jeans? But also, what's Harley Quinn wearing? Did Mark Jacobs throw up on her?
And now she's wearing a shirt with her name on it.
I'm gonna get you for Chris's Ian Mello all over your chest.
Yo, I'm Chris.
Yo, I'm Chris.
They have guns. They could have just done anything.
Yep, all of them. Tasers as well.
Every single person in this movie is useless except the main characters.
Yep.
At least in Suicide Squad, it was like popular music that people know.
You don't like this song?
No, I haven't liked most of the songs.
The least useful of the weapons on that table.
There was a chainsaw.
She was able to kill a shocking number of those evil minions in Suicide Squad with it.
Yeah, but Ryan Choi could also kill people.
With his fists.
Oh, Black Betty. I like this song. It's this bad version.
Also, this really isn't how cocaine works.
Yeah, this is the worst version of Black Betty.
Honestly, yeah. Do you remember the TMNT animated
Yeah,
movie?
they used the Ram Jam version, which is the better version.
Fucking slapped. That's the third leg she's done that to this movie.
Fourth. Fifth.
No,
That's still the fourth.
I know,
Still
I
the fourth.
Woo! Only good movies use 8 billion pop songs.
So this movie kind of makes Gotham out to be like Los Santos. People are fucking insane, and the whole city's just populated by NPCs.
Why are the laxatives in the Reynolds wrap aisle?
No one is like me.
Nobody's like me. I'm so special and unique, just like every girl who tries to be Harley Quinn.
Just like every girl watching this movie right now, go to Hot Topic and buy this outfit.
I love you. You're my dream girl. You have 2 arms and 2 eyes.
You
and-
fucking the Bo
hair.
Burnham song.
yeah, that's
yep.
exactly what this makes me
And
think
I
of.
love my favorite girl because she has an arm on either side. Generic photos of Chinese food that are at every Chinese place.
Yeah.
That's accurate. That's the only thing the movie's done right so far. The name of that dog food was Maintain Chunks.
That's a very bad name for it.
Here, X or something?
You don't know who that is?
She doesn't know who the Joker is. Are we serious? This is Gotham that she lives in.
Remember how Huntress is in this movie?
Yeah, yeah. She had that scene.
She hasn't showed up in 40 minutes.
We're over halfway through.
Who are you?
They call me.
Captain Sparkle Fingers.
They call me the Bond girl from For Your Eyes Only.
The big softy sneaks her out of there and hides her away in Sicily.
And also loses all the pigment in her skin.
You are a good cop, Montoya, but you've lost your way.
You're my best cop. 18 weeks off.
She betrayed you.
Are you sure?
I will say something positive about Ewan McGregor's performance. He is playing a really nice character that is very emblematic of masculine fragility. Fragile masculinity is the other way to put that. He tortures people to feel better about himself, but then someone betrays him and he starts like almost crying. That's kind of cool. That is a cool character. Don't like the performance though.
But I'm not gonna say he's doing it bad. I think the script is
Yep.
the issue with this character, not him.
I agree, but also some of his cartoon decisions I think are on him too.
Well, I don't think that's on him. I think the studio told him over the top crazy guy.
Maybe you gotta put. Maybe the director did say like, "Go woo, haha," when you see Harley Quinn or whatever the fuck.
This is my biggest problem with the film. The birds of prey are only the birds of prey for the last 20 minutes.
That can work in a movie. Like, remember, Bond isn't really Bond until the end of Casino Royale.
Yeah, he has a point.
Like that can work depending on how you execute the movie, though.
Yeah, I don't think the movie executes it well. Also, I think that's a bit different because Bond
Isn't a team.
isn't a team. Like, that was him coming into his own mentally. This is the team coming together physically, is what I mean.
What are you guys doing?
Didn't she take like 3 bottles of laxatives already?
And prune juice.
It's also been like over a day.
She's gonna team up with Harley Quinn's bat and Cassandra Cain's pickpocketing fighting skills.
And her yell and her crossbow.
Big yell. Crossbow's somewhat useful.
Listen, there are two.
Hold on. Out of all of these people, the most useful is yelling and crossbow.
Yeah.
No,
And
it's gun.
she's drunk.
Someone can grab gun.
You know what else crossbow can also use? Gun, because they are the same concept. I'd
Yeah.
rather have I agree with Ian. Huntress and Black Canary are the two most useful here.
Because the cop is drunk, A, and B, doesn't have immense crossbow training.
Yeah, but someone can just use gun. Like, maybe Helena could grab gun.
Maybe Kid could grab gun. Who
Kid
fucking
could
cares?
grab
Give
gun.
Helena gun, and then just let Black Canary scream.
Harley, you gotta put the bat down. It's time. You gotta let it go.
No. Not at all.
Did they spray paint all of the guns in the thing?
What the hell is up with this bow and arrow stick?
It's not a fucking bow and arrow, it's a
Now,
crossbow.
let me put on my eyeshadow mascara before I fight everybody. I got zapped by the smoke and then jumped after.
Ready, ladies.
Oh, get it? A song.
It's because she's being a barracuda by
It's
heart.
the female version of Immigrant Song.
Can Cassandra Cain fight?
She's 12.
12 years old.
12 and a pickpocket with no prior experience, right?
Yeah, she's the target you protect in the video game. Different song time.
I love jumping on tongues or whatever the fuck's going on.
What would this even do? Like, in the terms of a normal
Amusement park ride?
Coney Island style funhouse, what is the point of these tongues?
We gotta go! We gotta move! Guys!
She knows she has yell powers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she hasn't used them the entire film thus far, except to break one glass with a mortar shot.
Yeah, you got to establish the idea,
And then not pay it off
and
for
then
another
and
hour.
then execute the idea immediately.
You have to establish the idea, wait an hour, and then do it without
Yeah.
the second part.
Rule of threes, guys. Remember in the first DCEU film where Kevin Costner was like, before I die in a tornado, just remember, son, that when the world finds out what you can do, they'll be afraid of you. And there's no explanation for Black Canary's power, which implies that people just have superpowers.
Yep.
No one ever says to Black Canary, how can you do that? Where does this power come from? Everyone just accepts the fact that Black Canary is a metahuman.
Yeah, I would criticize that even if Man of Steel didn't exist in this world.
It would have been more interesting if they came into a world and they were like, yeah, there's just superheroes and superpowers. You know, that's an interesting take. But you actively chose to say there are no superpowers.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, kind of explain her origin a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, you flash back 7 times with Helena Bertinelli and yourself also.
It's the same scene.
It's the same scene. You couldn't even, like, give, like, any line of dialogue at all or something.
Yeah, no, I agree. This movie's terrible.
Because now it comes out of nowhere. Now it's like, okay, well, I guess I don't know who can do what now. So I guess Black Mask has, like, fire powers if the movie really wants him to.
The movie's really, if you cut out all the flashbacks and
It's
stuff,
an hour long.
I would say it's 50 minutes.
And none of it's interesting, and none of it matters, because the third act just happens.
There is
I
no
would say
second
there's
act.
no second act in this film. Thank you, Mud.
There's no second act. We
There's
said that
no
when we
second act to
reviewed
this film,
We
man.
said that when we reviewed this film a year ago.
Yeah,
There's
we're
no
rewatching
second act.
Rewatching it, trying to find, like, where anything is. What's
No.
the Dark Knight of the Soul in this film? Her breaking up with Joker? That's the beginning of the movie.
No, it's when Doc cells are out.
Really? We don't get any Doc to be mad about.
Yeah, exactly.
He shows up for a scene.
Well, you see, we're told that Doc is her friend. Where did that come from? What? Wait, why is there a turned over car on the road? And now there's no turned over car.
10. You know, I honestly think this was a masterpiece. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no continuity errors. The plot really matters. Everything really matters. All the acting is phenomenal. Honestly, the child acting is really getting me here. I'm very emotional. I think it might be better than Once Upon a Time in Hollywood's child acting.
Well, on the plus side, Ewan McGregor's about to explode.
Mud, I will give that to you.
That's a good...
With all the dumb shit, that's not bad.
I mean, it's what this movie deserves. I got a lot of thoughts about the DCEU. I'm gonna
sure
save
we
them till the
share
end of '84 though, because that's
Okay. That's the
seri-
culminating
Yeah,
point.
that's the series wrap up.
Which is funny because it really isn't.
This is one of like the 8 films we saw in theaters last year.
Yeah, good times.
Did we watch a good movie in theaters last year?
The Gentleman.
I saw Tenet with Mud and also you separately.
Okay, so Tenet. Gentleman's not a good movie, so I don't count it.
You're incorrect.
Invisible Man, baby.
Oh yeah,
I didn't watch that in theaters.
that sounds like a you problem. Here it is. So fast.
Somehow it's even better than I remember it being.
So the movie's basically over now. There's
Oh, yeah.
one more scene. There's no end to this movie either. It just kind of ends.
Well, you know, the movie needs to start in order for it to end.
I mean, we were amazing there.
Yeah!
Yeah! Birds of Prey! Sequels! Reboot!
Spin-offs!
prequel,
With
spin-off
every
to-
individual character!
Yes! Cinematic universe! Oh, holy shit, that costume. Only one of us elected to wear a mask to our crime fighting.
Another song. I didn't even notice they were playing this. I think I toned it out.
It's just, there's so many, you just can't even detect them that fast.
Oh, she got Egg!
Oh, good!
Do you guys remember Egg?
I love Egg.
God, that feels like forever ago.
I'm gonna fire in my cold take. This movie is such a bumblefuck mess of bad writing, bad editing, terrible, terrible script, and it's an inexperienced director. She's only directed one other thing that no one's ever heard of. It's just a piss poor excuse of a film that exists. It's like they take Suicide Squad and they go, let's spin off a character. And you spin off the most annoying, least useful character from Suicide Squad.
Most marketable.
Again, I'm not going to say it's not most marketable because she's the most marketable character from Suicide Squad. But just because a decision can be made does not mean you have to make it.
That's the moral of Jurassic Park.
This entire movie should not exist. Dinosaurs should not have been brought back to life. You took a character who's grating, absolutely grating. And in a setting where there's grounded, level-headed characters, it works. But no one in this movie counterbalances her. So she's just annoying. And you have her talk to the camera and explain all the scenes and do all this. It's just annoying. It's recursive. It's boring. This movie doesn't start until an hour in. This movie ends in 2 seconds. There's no second act. There's 50,000 songs. It's Suicide Squad light, but it also amplifies some things from Suicide Squad, which is bad.
I agree with almost everything you're saying, particularly the points about how they took some of the worst elements of Suicide Squad and made it its own movie. So for me, it's like you could have learned your lessons from Suicide Squad and made, like, I don't know, James Gunn's The Suicide. Maybe it's better. Who knows?
Yeah,
But
it's not out yet.
I feel like he's going to make, like, improvements. He's going to go, wow, this worked. That all didn't. Let's do the stuff that worked. So
Jake always said this worked about one thing. That all didn't.
the rest of it did not. So why not take the parts that worked and play that up? No. You got to take the parts that didn't work and play them up instead in a spin-off with the character that, like you said, is easily the most grating, annoying one of the Suicide Squad. I mean, yeah, you can make fun of Boomerang, but he wasn't even fucking in the movie. He just said 3 quips and threw
Yeah,
a
he's
boomerang.
annoying and bad, but he's not there.
Yeah,
He's there for 2 scenes. He fucks off. He comes back for no reason.
Yeah.
Literally no reason because he didn't even know they were going to do it.
Exactly.
And then boom, there's the movie because the writing, Suicide
the
Squad.
2 big characters are Deadshot and Harley Quinn. You could have
Yep.
done either of them. You did this one. I mean,
they
I don't
did
know.
Gemini Man the year before.
Yeah, they did a spin-off, basically.
Spin-off Gemini Man. Yeah.
There you go. But no, I agree. I think we're going to get into out of 10s more or less rocketing immediately.
Yeah.
So I'll give it a 2. It would have been a 1, but Egg.
See, my thing is, if they spun off a Deadshot movie, A, Will Smith is marketable. You can't say he's not. But he has empathy, a character. You could do something there. Harley Quinn is like, oh, broke up with Joker and she's sad and we don't care because Joker's an asshole. We don't care that they fucking broke up. Joker's a cunt. It's a bad relationship. And she's not interesting. I don't think Harley Quinn's interesting by herself. If Poison Ivy, maybe. Harley Quinn Poison Ivy would have been interesting.
I think that's the
'Cause
plot of the
there's-
show.
Yeah.
What show?
They're doing the
They're doing a show.
animated. No,
Yeah.
they have done.
Oh,
It's
they
like
have done the
animated
Yep.
show. Yeah.
Because I think Poison Ivy's a level-headed character that counterbalances the crazy, frustratingly annoying character and makes their dynamic interesting. The Birds of Prey are in this movie enough to give Harley to give the audience a reprieve of sanity, of anything interesting, of anything coherent. It just frustrates me. I think Harley Quinn works in a group ensemble with other people that are coherent and like can talk her out of her dumb decisions and can even go, okay, that's a good idea, but just a little tinge of something else.
So before we pass it off to Mud, because he's been quite silent as thus far.
I'm letting you guys go. You know,
I
you definitely have stronger opinions about this film than I do.
Probably. I do want to say I agree with a lot of your points, but I know it's subjective whether we like a character or don't. I don't think she works in an ensemble. I don't think she works.
No, I think in a group because not everyone in a group is going to be a sane, coherent, like, some people are just fucking annoying.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you should make them such a prominent figure and give them a spin-off after.
No,
Like,
but at the same time, Mud is right. She's the most marketable character. From
no,
Suicide
yeah,
Squad.
from a business point of view, I see why they did it.
I understand why they did it,
Mhm.
but they could have done it any other way.
But I'm not rating out of 10 for their
Yeah.
business decisions.
Yep.
I'm rating it for how good the movie
for a
is.
business decision, I'd say, considering the success of Suicide Squad, even though it shouldn't, not critical success, financial success, they should have done it. Considering the critical failure from audiences, they should have been like, what can we do that's still somewhat like a semblance of the character we had, and direct the movie around it so it's better.
Although their idea of changing sequels based on previous reactions is what made Justice League happen. So,
But at the same time, you can change something with little tweaks and still make it what it was, but improved.
I want to hear what Mud has to say.
Well, simply put, I understand something, which is this movie's not for me.
That's true.
It's not for any of us.
It's true.
It's not. It's for the girls who go to Hot Topic and think that they're bad bitches because they post on their Tumblr blogs all day long. That's who this movie's for. It's for the girls who worship Harley Quinn's feet. That's a simple fact that I accepted long before I watched this movie. I don't find everything to be terrible in this film. I just let it I feel similarly to how I felt about Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad I prefer because there's more to rag on with the diverse characters and the more streamlined plot.
So you're saying ironic enjoyment, you'd prefer Suicide Squad?
Yes, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I see
Ironic
that.
enjoyment I prefer Suicide
Because
Squad.
dunking on Suicide Squad's fun.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
This film though, there's nothing. It is empty calories.
Yeah.
There's nothing really for me to grasp on. I can't bring myself to hate it the way you guys do because it didn't give me those feelings watching it. You know, there were still parts that I enjoyed. There are still fight sequences that I liked, but it's in the sense of I can turn my brain off and be like, yeah, that was cool. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but it was cool.
Well, in that case,
You know,
I'm pretty jealous.
I'm sure it's the same way you guys feel about watching a Godzilla movie. It doesn't work for me because for some reason when it comes to Godzilla, I can't accept the stupidity of it or the absurdity of it. Let's go with
All
absurdity.
right, I'll give you that. I see. It actually does make a lot of sense because.
But didn't we give Godzilla the same score because it's fucking terrible?
Yeah,
But the fight
but
scenes
that's
were at least
because
good and there's
that's
good imagery.
See, but even with the fight scenes, I'm just like, okay, cool, big monster punch. What else can he do?
Yeah, that's all I really want out of it. I guess you got a point there too, because like I don't watch the Godzilla movies for the fact that they're going to be an amazing
Yeah.
story with character arcs.
I don't watch Harley Quinn, whatever, Birds of Prey. I'm not watching this to be like, oh man, I want to go on the same emotional journey I did when I was watching Logan.
Yeah,
You know, that's not what this movie is. And I don't know. I don't want to say that I understand that or I accept it. I guess that is what I'm saying though, is I go into this movie understanding that it is not for me as a film guy. And, you know, at the same time, there are movies for me that aren't for other people. Like, I can't take a girl who would watch this and be like, let's go watch Inception. She's going to
Let's
be
watch
bored out of her.
Dunkirk.
She's going to be bored
Yeah.
out of her. You know, no. You know what? Fucking story time. My ex-girlfriend loves Harley Quinn. She's one of these girls that I'm talking about. She would love this movie. We went and saw Dunkirk together.
Oh, but he has Harry Styles. That doesn't count.
She's not a One Direction girl.
Oh.
She's a Harley Quinn girl. We went and saw Dunkirk, and she was on her phone the entire time.
Yeah.
Because she was bored.
why would she be invested in that? Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like there are movies for certain people.
Mhm.
Now I get that the hypocrisy there is the DCEU is trying to be
A
the MCU.
wide market,
It wants to be a
yes.
wide market, so it
Yes.
can't really do the whole niche film thing.
Mhm.
Yep.
Agreed.
But
You can't do a niche film thing until you're established.
And you also
That's what I'm
shouldn't
saying.
do one of them R. That's I think is the biggest crime the box
Yeah.
office committed.
Because if the MCU pulls up right now and goes Deadpool R,
they are.
they are.
They've
I'm
confirmed it.
very excited about that.
They've confirmed Deadpool 3
They
rated
can.
R.
What are they gonna do? Lose money?
I think this is just a symptom of the DCEU and its identity crisis.
They didn't know what they want.
It doesn't. It
they don't know. Yeah.
still doesn't know what it wants to be.
It's very
Because
true.
now it's got all these other films that are based on or DC property, but aren't actually related
Yeah.
to the DCEU. There's no
Joker and the
consistency.
Batman.
Yes, Joker is
Yep.
amazing. Don't get me wrong, and the Batman with Robert Pattinson looks great.
Oh my god, he
Yeah, he just fucking donuts that man. But it doesn't change the fact that this is all other material that future DCEU films will be compared to. And hell, I mean, there's even the CW shows that a lot of people still compare these movies to.
Yeah.
You know, we sure as fuck have.
Yeah,
we reviewed
absolutely.
the CW crossovers and we were like, these are better than most DCEU films. And now, at the penultimate episode, you know what? I fucking stand by that statement.
Yeah.
I still agree with that. I was like, maybe I was wrong. No.
Dude, are you kidding me? If you told me I had to watch Birds of Prey or Nazi Earth, I'd watch Nazi Earth every
Crisis
time.
on Earth X slaps.
It does.
It's hilarious.
But
It's
the
fucking
point is,
great.
all of this to say, I'm not offended by this film's existence. I think this film is something that the DCEU has never done before, which is they made a film that I will look at and go, I mean, it's all right, I guess. Like, I don't have strong feelings.
Well, let me kind of counterbalance that, because you compared it to how Ian and I, mostly me, feel about Godzilla versus Kong or big dumb fight movies that I enjoy the action in, but I can turn my brain off and stuff. The thing is, I watch those movies because I expect a really big monkey to fight Godzilla. That gives me something I really want out of it. This, I don't really see it giving. Like, did it give you anything to go off of?
It gave me Ewan McGregor exploding.
Okay, fair. That's like a second.
I like the police assault with the beanbag gun. It's something I've never really seen before. I like when she chases down the car on roller skates. I like fights that use concepts I've never seen before in a film.
I think the police officer fight is stupid because there's no logic.
You're right. There is no logic, but
I think the roller skate fight and the car chase there is interesting.
Yeah.
I will say that scene is very interesting. It reminds me of the Batman vs Superman right before he first meets Superman and he like knees the car. It reminds me of that a lot.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's like I like the interesting. These are fight sequences that I've never seen someone do this before in a film, and that's what I want out of any fight sequence I watch. I want to think I've never seen them do that before. You know, the worst thing a fight sequence can do is like I watch it and I go, oh well, that's like this fight sequence in this other movie, but worse.
For fight sequences, for me, I don't mind if it's something that I have seen before. I want it to be interesting, well choreographed, for one.
Yeah.
I want it to be well edited.
I should specify, I don't need every fight sequence in a movie to be groundbreaking.
No, I was just curious if so this movie did give you like
there's stuff in here
some
that
enjoyable moments besides Ewan McGregor exploding for 1 second.
There's stuff in here that I'm like, yeah, I can appreciate this. You know.
Would you give it out of 10?
Oh, I didn't do it like a 1 or a 2. This movie fucking blows.
Yeah,
I understand that it's not for me, but as a person who enjoys film, even if a film is not for me, I can still judge it as a piece of cinema.
Yeah,
and
I know.
This, in particular, piece of cinema has really, really bad editing. The script is fucking ass.
Oh yeah, it is.
A lot of the acting.
See, I don't really agree
the child
with that.
acting. Ewan McGregor's over the top, but the script is what makes him bad. I'm not gonna call him out on that. Margot Robbie's annoying. She's doing the character fine because her character's annoying, but she's annoying.
Ian, a lot of how you felt about Leto's Joker is how I feel about Ewan McGregor in this movie. Like, I respect Leto. Leto's like one of maybe the most talented men.
He's great.
And then in that movie, he's, I don't know.
See, in this film, I actually like Ewan McGregor's Black Mask.
I do not hate him. I understand what he's going for. I think it's a little over the top, but it's not that
He's
bad.
exactly the kind of supervillain that a girl who posts on Tumblr regularly would expect in a superhero film.
And you know what? To compliment the movie, I'd also say that his characterization is really interesting.
Yes.
With the fragile masculinity aspect. I already talked about that a little bit.
Yeah.
But like the way that he treats people around him to feel better about himself, but he finds out someone betrayed him, he's like almost in tears.
It's especially interesting because they play up a lot of feminization with his character. He wears makeup, you know, he's clearly got some what would be considered gay undertones with Zaz.
Sure,
like, but at the same time, like anyone insults his masculinity, he's
he wants to
It's an interesting character.
No,
I like
he
that
is
a
a
lot.
very interesting character.
Like they have something really interesting to go off of here, and I think that kind of either it was gotten rid of in like a rewrite or two, or it's just like the writer didn't really
might have gotten cut.
Yeah, or the writer didn't really like put more of that in there. They just kind of like wanted to mention it once.
No, it's
like,
the issue I have. The issue I have with the movie is the script. It means it's a bad movie.
Yeah, that's
But,
not
like,
wrong.
The issue I have with this movie is most likely the script and the studio. I'm not gonna lie, Warner. Just
I've
fucking
got a
sell it.
lot. I've
Sell
got a
it.
lot of thoughts about that, but I'm saving them till the end of the DCEU thon because it's about the whole series, not just Birds of Prey.
Because you know, you guys, and I bitch about the music in the movie or whatever. You guys really, really know that I like good sound design and good music design.
You were the
Like-
most pissed off when Deadshot did not, in fact.
Dude, he didn't shoot the gun to the beat of the song. It's annoying. The song has gun. Dun, 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 dun,
It doesn't have gun, but it's got a.
But it has a
consistent-
beat that you should have shot that fucking
yeah,
gun with.
It's a simple thing.
Yep.
It's a simple, basic thing. And they look at Suicide Squad and the annoying pop music that plays every 2 seconds and went, let's put even more music in the next one. Oh my god. Fuck you.
Less iconic music.
Yeah. There's 2 songs that in this movie that you're like, oh my god, it's that song. And there's covers of them for half of that.
They
And
played
it's
the
like,
worst version of Black Betty.
Hit me with your best shot in the sad, depressing tone. Are you
Yep.
kidding me?
It
Shit
reminds
tier.
me of call back to last year. I watched a film called Valley Girl, which was a jukebox musical. There's a scene where they sing "We're the Kids of America," but it's really slow and somber. That shit sucks.
yeah.
It does not get the point of the scene
It's just
across.
frustrating. Music editing is awesome. A film with good sound and good music can bolster it by like a tenfold for me. Like Baby Driver. If Baby Driver doesn't have the sound and music editing, it's just a fucking car race heist film.
Yeah.
That's some of the stuff that like makes it good. And when you just play shit verbatim like over stuff,
It's not as interesting
It's
because
not
you're just
interesting.
slapping it onto the timeline.
it's like
on an
to
ad
give
premiere.
Marvel a step down. Fuck you, Captain Marvel playing just a girl during your end fight.
Oh my god,
like,
that was awful.
It's terrible. You're just like, wow. Thanks.
Just play a song.
Just play the song.
That's one of my
Cool.
biggest gripes in superhero films is when the big fuck off battle happens and they're just like, "Yep, relevant pop music."
They
and
did
it's
that
like,
in this
fuck
one. It
the
wasn't as
hell
relevant, but it was still
off.
just there.
It wasn't just the end, though. It was the entire
It was
film.
the whole movie.
Yeah.
The whole movie.
Like
was
they
the-
just start
yeah.
playing music for no reason, and
Yep.
I'm like, "Go the fuck away."
Yeah.
I think to sum up, because we've been on about
Yeah,
this for
I
a
think
while.
we need to wrap it up.
To wrap up, I'll just say that I think they borrowed the whole let's use annoying music every 10 minutes,
From
every
Guardians.
10 seconds. No, well, they borrowed that from Suicide Squad, which borrowed it from
Yeah.
Guardians.
Yep.
But now that this bombed, I think they're going to change it.
It
and I
didn't
think
bomb.
It
It
didn't
made
bomb?
$200 million at the box office. You don't know shit about this movie, dude.
No, the break-even point was 250 to 300 million. Well, my point is, they would have made another 700 million if, like, not another, but they would have made 700 million if it had been not R-rated, if it had been similar to, I guess, slightly more similar to Suicide Squad. I don't really know how to gauge that, but my point
Well,
is,
the trailer for this movie didn't have the same trailer impact Suicide Squad's did either.
yeah, exactly, and I think that Warner is going to do exactly what Warner always does and drastically change the next installment. But also, James Gunn is in the next installment, so you know what the fuck? I'm excited.
They're not going to change the music thing for James Gunn, by the way.
Yeah, he'll do it, but good. Maybe it'll be better.
That's true, because in Guardians, a lot of the music's incorporated with the character.
I mean, he can't do worse, right?
No.
He can't do a worse job than
Nope.
these movies.
No, he can't.
Yeah, so he's got to be good.
How the fuck is it suddenly triple the budget is the break-even point? I don't understand. I
Um,
always thought it was double the budget
Well,
as break-even.
it's mostly double the budget, but you also have to take into account
Movie theaters
movie
take a
theaters take a cut, actors take certain things, and
but I always knew the rule was double. Why is it suddenly triple? What the shit happened?
I think it depends on the movie too. Like Nolan movies are more than double.
Nolan
Yeah.
He
movies
takes
are
a
like
big cut.
quadruple.
Yeah.
with his 20% on Tenet. Holy shit!
What an ass.
Like, dude.
All right.
Mud, you didn't give it out of 10.
Yeah,
did
I
you?
know. Like a 5.
Okay,
Maybe a 6.
cool.
Probably 5.
Just he gave it higher than Man of Steel. Man of Steel has good parts.
Because Man of Steel sucks.
Man of
Steel
Steel is
is pretty
boring, but
bad.
has good parts.
Yeah. You guys ready for Wonder Woman 84?
Yeah, actually, why not?